Shalom, Akim. I'm going to say first, giving all praises due to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I'd like to say double honors to the elders of GMS, and peace and blessings to all the brothers out there doing the work. As we coming into these days of the fulfillment of prophecy, I wanted to just hit a few scriptures, because there's a lot being said right now. One of the things I heard in the hot seat, the House of David hot seat video, is they were talking about, I think it's the brother Micah Allah. What the brother said was, there's no need to be bickering on 34th, back and forth, and they're making yourself an embarrassment or something before the white man, or something to that effect. And it's like, man, you talk about not being man pleasers. I think that's the worst form of man pleasing, because right there you're going way off by pleasing the wrong man. So I'm just gonna get straight into this. Let's see. This is Romans 1 and 21. Because that when they knew Yahweh, they glorified him not as Yahweh, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like to a corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore our power also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own hearts, which would be their own life, their own minds, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. So that's acts of lesbianism. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in lust one toward another. So that's homosexuality. Men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. So AIDS. So, for any pastor that goes out talking about, this is something that reaches our community, it is not amongst the community of the saints. If it is, it's because the Lord made it that way. But this is a plague that the Lord said he was putting upon his people anyway. So, there you go. And I'm reading on. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do the things which are not convenient. So being reprobate, you don't see nothing you doing that's wrong. It's just full steam ahead of wickedness, man. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the power, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Now this is Paul speaking. This is Romans, right? Actually, yeah. Yep. So, I mean, moving on to the next scripture, I mean, just right there. Anybody who has a problem with what's being said, because right now you're hearing, especially I've seen over the past couple weeks, the people hitting the camps, tell me preaching hate, you're preaching hate, you're preaching hate, stop preaching hate. You know, but the Lord does hate, because He's created all of these things. You know, the vessels for honor and the vessels for dishonor are all His. So here we go, and I guess this goes in line. This is Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Most High forbid. Let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that would be in the Old Testament, that a lot of people like to nullify. That thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and thou mightest overcome when thou art judged. Meaning judgment is still coming. So, like, this whole thing of forgiveness and love and all of that, no. The kingdom of the Lord is at hand, and judgment is near. So I'll go on and continue to try to get through this as quick as possible. And this is Romans 8:7. And it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. Okay, so when you sit up here and say, you know, you are trying to put a time limit on the Most High and how He deals with His people, the elect, because you're not involved in it, that's a carnal thought and a carnal act to even speak on it, my brother. But you know, if I'm a novice, then correct me. Let's see. And moving on, because see right there that a lot of carnality. Oh, and not to mention with I just seen the other video, which I forget. I saw a while ago with Professor Griff. Actually, I think Dick Gregory played it a long time ago. Talking about this chip that the police want to get in their hands for these guns to not fire. And you know, if this is true, the law enforcement or police, I would imagine, especially out there in New York, if you're a policeman in New York, I would assume that that person is taking a chip, which would definitely explain Nathaniel 7, the detective. So, I mean, for all we know, that brother already took the chip. So moving on, this actually was not in my list of scriptures, but I'm going to go ahead and read this anyway. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, such as Nate. So anybody that's down with Nate, because this brother, man, I'm telling you, you know, if he doesn't have if he doesn't have the chip already, he's well on his way with consent, because he's trying to lead brothers into a way where, hey, this doesn't exist. There's no conspiracy. Man, there's chemtrails in the sky every morning, every noonday, every evening. And that's complete poison. Let's see. But rather reprove them. So, you know, why you getting for the house of David, for debating, you got to debate your cause, brothers. Like just recently, I seen this past week, some 16-year-olds out there on 34th with the elders. So if some 16-year-old children can go out there, some Edomites can go out there and you know, talk to the brothers, and you most definitely can, since you know. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret, such as Nate. It's a shame to even have to be in this conversation. Like, did this brother take the chip? Well, no, not brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, as you hear the brothers. No, I'm not calling you a brother because you're not a brother. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. So for anybody who is calling you out for your nonsense, they in the right obedience, in line with the Most High, in line with Yahweh. So from the top, from Yahweh to Yahweh, man, and on down. I'll go down to let's see, in verse 14. It says, "Wherefore he said, Awake, awake that thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light." So, see then that ye walk circumspectly, man. That we are watching and praying at the same time. Not as fools, but as wise. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh is. Now actually I had quite a few scriptures. I'm going to get to that will pretty quick, but let me go ahead pull this other out real quick. Because, that's just the Lord right there, man. Here's and again, to even touch on how it's conspiracy and this and that. If you're not watching, man, and you're not educating yourself on the things that are going on out here and keeping yourself abreast of the things that are actually taking place that do align with the word, then man, I guess this is what you're not doing, and this speaks to all of you scoffers out there of the elders of GMS who bring out the timelines and attach them to the scriptures and give you the information so you can research it yourself. Well, if that is too hard for you to do, then I guess you're not doing this particular passage and charge that Paul was given to the brothers, in this apostle of epistle, second epistle of Timothy, chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. But shun profane and vain babblings. So shun common, meaning common like carnal, and vain, useless, vainglory, wanting to be recognized by other men for a timeline versus the teaching and the validity of the word, and you're rightly dividing the scriptures and edification of the brotherhood. For they will increase unto more ungodliness, and their word will eat as doth a canker, of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus, who concerning the truth have erred, saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrow the faith of some. Well, I'll probably say, well, them two right there probably, that's Nate and maybe the 14th Street guy right there. Because those guys is truly bugged out. And then with the old videos of Nate going back to the word, like, man, I don't get it. Now here we go again. This is what actually I wanted to get to. This is 2 Timothy 3 and 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, false witness, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. For this sort are they which creep into houses, so which creep into congregations and brotherhoods, and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. Now, I think from the brothers that have these stories of the old school and how all of that went on, enough said. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So you're always learning. You're getting so much information. But just the simple, to deal with this in simplicity, to deal with the Most High in simplicity, has eluded you. So that shows that you were part of Israel, but you weren't it. And can't understand that these brothers moving through the Spirit, this is a spiritual thing. You know, because let me tell you, man, the closest camp that I'm in proximity to is Seattle. And it's crazy, man, because it says that he was going to wake us up himself and write his laws on our hearts, which is in our mind. Man, he's going to do it himself. Now, granted, it comes with iron sharpeneth iron. But to get all this iron together, it was the Most High Spirit doing it. And all of this was written aforetime for our learning at this present time. So here's, again, going down to verse 16 of the same chapter. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So for instruction in righteousness first comes with correction and reproof. So you cannot go on with the forgiveness doctrine. Nowhere in that did you get forgiveness. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of all wisdom. So let's go on, because I can actually skip some things I actually got here. And I'm going to go down here to where we're at right now, because most people aren't watching and praying because y'all sleep. And the sudden destruction is going to come on you so swiftly that you won't understand. We know, and we are telling you this, and this is Revelation chapter 14 and 6. I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having an everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. Now, I'm going to explain something here, because there's some things that, again, I say it's a spiritual thing that's being built up. So either this, what I just read, makes sense to you, or what I read to you, it just went right over your head. And this is the difference of it being a spiritual thing and a carnal thing. So either you need to be seeking diligently the Most High. Don't seek for no man in here to tell you something that the Spirit says, hey, I will deal with them. You teach, but I got for you to teach. I'm telling you, man, you guys better seek his face, man, and become fearful. Because I see a lot of pride. And don't get angry at me and say, well, you coming prideful, brother. No, man, I'm letting this speak, and I'm just telling you common sense. So let me go on here. Saying with a loud voice, fear Yahweh, fear the Most High, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of water. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink the wine of the wrath of her fornications. And here we go, Nate. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Now again, to say conspiracy, this is the Lord's conspiracy. He made this player. We are the actors. So that's the Lord's conspiracy. Are we not a part of that? mean, because if you're not a part of that, man, then who's Christ? Who are you united in? Who are you teaching those brothers that they are to serve? Just questions. So, like I said, I can blow through this a little faster because the Spirit just brought other scriptures out before I even got to what I had. So, this is Matthew 5. And I'll start verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So the guys who are persecuted, who no one likes what the brothers are saying. We saying that Esau is the white man and he's going into slavery. 2/3 of our people are going to be melted with fire and killed and thrown into concentration camps and beheaded. All of these things we are telling you and warning you about. The white man is the devil. He's Satan, not the spiritual demon Satan. They are the children of that spiritual demon Satan. This goes all the way back to the spirit of Cain, which actually goes back to before the earth was even made. But you know, that's over your head. But I'm a novice. Verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Now who is that? That's Yahweh Shai. And his name is not Jesus, because that J was nowhere around. For my sake. So that means they know this guy. Blessed are those who have not seen me, but yet believe. Come on, y'all. We got to get this thing together, man. And it's not about coming together. It's about you working your salvation out for yourself and seeking the Most High's face and asking Him to open up the kingdom of heaven to your mind and impute His will and His desires for this place upon your heart, and let that start flowing out your mouth. If it is not, then that's because you do not know the Lord. This time is we in perilous times, man. And this place is straight up hell. You went from slavery to hell. So one form of hell to another. Almost 400 years, and then, almost 200 years. This is oppression. If you're looking for freedom and a job and an education out this system, something's wrong with you. Because the Bible tells you that we've seen, when the prophet seen, princes walking next to the servants on horses. So you see a servant, and so that tells you we're the royal mind. We're the royal spirit of this place. How can you take orders of a successful place from the people who are under you? And not just the people under you, I mean the lowest degree of heathen. And the worst of the heathen are who are running everything that you see now, that 1%. That rich Rothschild, Rockefeller, Hamilton, and all them other names. All of those people, man. And yes, they're all white. They're all Khazars, Caucasians. Okay? And here we go, because a lot of people say, the New Testament doctrine, which is completely foolish. There is no such thing. Testaments are promises, like covenants. So it's one covenant, and then actually, if you really wanted to get into where the new covenant began in Psalms. But again, that'll go over your head because you guys are, hey man, this is coming from the novice, I guess you call me. Now this is the same chapter, Matthew 5 and verse 17. Think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill. Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. I want to explain something in a fulfillment of the law. When you fulfill the law, it also means you're fulfilling the sewing up of judgment. So the kingdom has already happened. I'm sure in years past, which even I had that understanding, the head of days would have been the Most High himself. But actually the head of days would be Yahushua. And, you know, if you have any wherewithal or understanding, you should understand what I'm saying. So with that being said, again, that's why at this point you're seeing the spirit jump on to certain people out here on TV. The preachers are changing their messages, and they're trying to definitely get it. But the House of David thing is going to be a very big deal, not just amongst the brothers, but even for the white people. They're going to, so just be alert, because we are the next thing coming. Okay, I mean, and they understand it because it's written. Don't let them think. And here's a chemtrail that I'm looking at right now, man. It's crazy. You know, it's always poison, man. Poison in the air, man. That's why the days have to be shortened of this place, because we need to be out of here, man. This is death, man. The air is defiled, the water is defiled, the food is defiled, the ground is defiled. People's spirits can't even get right, man. Your women have so many different vibrations on them, it ain't funny. From having so many different interactions with men. And then you can't tell no black woman that, you know, you're taking every man's spirit upon yourself by having unprotected sex. You can't convince no woman of that. And you know, I think, man, I think pretty much this pretty much wraps it up, I think, you know, because, you know, a lot of people would, you know, I could go on, but I don't really think I need to. Oh, but let me address this one thing, because a lot of people will say, the Lord never, the Savior Jesus, he never mentioned anything about homosexuality. Well, you know, once he was in Matthew chapter 10, when he's going off on the scribes, there's also another part here. Well, actually, when he's telling, I'll preface it with the verse. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and go into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not. And the Samaritans was actually Hamites. But rather, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So right there, that lets you know what he was doing. Now, that's what's being preached right now. Now, we're going to skip down to 15, because if you wasn't trying to hear him then, and then you're not trying to hear him now, it says, verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. So the city that hears not the word of these prophets, he's explaining and also showing you the instantaneous write-off that Yahushua was never going to address homosexuality, because it was already in the law. He's the fulfillment of the law. So that means he is fulfilling judgment on homosexuality, and traitors, and blasphemers, and all of you who teach not the name, who have once known it. I think that about does it. So with that being said, I just wanted to drop this little, you know, lesson. Don't even know what I'm gonna call it yet. I had a lot more scriptures, and I'll read off some of these scriptures, so you can go maybe, you know, do your own looking up to correlate with what I'm saying, which would be 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verses 4 through 7. Hebrews 4 and 12, Matthew 15, 13 through 14, and I'll say Job chapter 2, 23 through 25, and chapter chapter 3, verses 19 through 21. And basically, you know, for anybody, I hope you all were edified out there that received this. Again, you know, I'm only dealing with the elect. So if the Spirit of the Lord has even dealt with you and opened up your mind to certain things, I'm saying, probably gonna sound real crazy and foreign to you, and you'll probably read what I read and still not understand how I got that. But you know, man, peace and blessings, man, to the brothers out there. Double honors to the elders of GMS, and as always, man, we do this because all praises due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, who made this all possible, and made the rebuilding up of the house of David such a spiritual thing, and we are already in this battle of spiritual warfare. So you know, if you guys have missed it, you know, it's why all of these prophecies are speedballing right now, because we are already at war. So if you still can't see what's happening on, man, let that be a lesson, man. The ship is pulling out, man. You better get you a life jacket on, man, and start swimming towards the ship and try to get aboard. Because, you know, time is nigh, man. So with that being said, you know, may the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai be upon all the elect, you know, and may y'all have the most healthiest that you can have in this wicked, oppressive system that we got going on right here. So, you know, stay up, stay strong, and man, just shalom.